We are here at Sun and Fun. I'm Dan Johnson, and I'm speaking today with Art Tarola, one of the two gentlemen in the United States with Steve Minich, your partner there, to represent the Evektor line in the USA. And you've got some new offerings that you can bring to people who want to buy a Harmony or a Sportstar. Tell me a little bit about what the new offerings are, Art.
Well, one of our new offerings is the IS engine, the Rotax fuel-injected engine.
Great,
Really,
you're gonna
really
offer that
nice
now, huh?
engine. Yeah, I was going to lead off with that one, but because I'm most excited about that one.
Great.
I got a chance to fly it back from Florida in January, and at full cruise we burned 4.2 gallons.
At full
At full
speed, right?
speed, yeah. And that was about an 800-mile test. So that was very, very.
So you became convinced about the value of that fuel-injected engine.
Well, yes, absolutely.
Now, I suppose with a new order, it'll be the IS Sport now, which has a little more juice to it, a little more torque capability. So
yeah, Rotax made a change to the induction system on the engine so that it can get more air through it, so that it's
more air and more power, right?
Develop the torque that it needs in the areas of RPM where it needs it.
Yeah. So, but without harming that great fuel efficiency that it also offers, correct?
Absolutely.
So that's a nice combination. More power, no more fuel. How can you go wrong with that kind of deal?
One of the best things they did is the engines that are out there now, they're offering the retrofit kit to this new induction box for free.
Beautiful.
You'll have to pay for the labor to put it on, but they're giving you the parts for free. So that's a nice.
Well, you might have an application for that because I know you guys at Sebring just a couple of months ago took some orders.
Yes,
which is always encouraging. We like to see our vendors in the business succeed and customers to get happy. So, what did you sell down there at Sebring, Art?
Well, actually, at Sebring we sold two airplanes that are very exciting. One was with the IS engine.
Okay.
The other airplane we sold was an IFR version. So we put the certified engine in there. The Rotax doesn't quite have the certified fuel injection engine.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's certified means a lot of extra paperwork and proving and. That'll take a little more time.
Yeah.
But you're one of the few companies that actively supports IFR in these aircraft, and you and I have flown together in the Evektor. It's a nice platform for IFR flying and very comfortable, but with the right equipment in it, you can go. People don't always understand that because a sport pilot, the certificate, the pilot license side cannot do IFR, but the airplane can. Right?
Yeah, the airplane can fly at night, it can fly over 10,000 feet, and it can fly IFR. And you can go along with it if you have the right ratings and your current.
Right, you just have to have a little different rating, but the airplane has always been capable, and you have sold that kind of equipment in the past. It took another
You have a really, really nice airplane that's capable of doing very many things, but you can still fly it as a sport pilot. So that's a really great thing.
Well, let's talk about for both sport pilots and for IFR qualified pilots. You're going to have some new stuff in the panel now for both those pilots as well. Tell us a little bit about that, Art.
The Dynon equipment is just going out of sight with the new stuff that they're doing. They have now a touch screen came out, which is really good for those who want to touch. They did it right. It's a touch screen, but they kept the knobs and buttons that you would need in
case you're kind of bouncing around a little bit.
In a little bit of moving air, yeah.
Yeah, the touch screen is great, but if the air is not still, it can be sometimes a little challenging to hit the right spot.
And they have so much that's in their panel. You can remotely mount the radio, you can remotely mount the transponder, you can remotely mount ADSB. And everything's in there, but you don't see it, so it's not taking up any panel real estate. So if you could have two full-size screens on both sides and the whole center stack of the radio of the airplane empty, so you could put your iPad in there or your video player or whatever else you want to put in there.
Great stuff, and I know their new touchscreen, for example, and thinking of an IFR pilot, which can sometimes get a little busy. We'll come back to autopilots in a minute, but just on that screen, it can talk directly to the radio so that you don't have to go back and forth. You can keep your focus on where you need to be and just touch that. And
so, for example, on the top bar, your radio stations are actually on that screen, so you don't have to look down and or to the right at a radio to see what they are. You can do your flip-flop back and forth. You can get the information on your screen, press the button, and automatically tune your radio to the frequency that you need.
Beautiful.
by the word tower or ground, so you wouldn't have to look at numbers. It's just amazing what
It's
they're
just
doing.
things that reduces the pilot workload, increases his or her accuracy while flying, and that makes for certainly easier IFR operations. But just for a sport pilot on a pretty day, you should be looking outside the aircraft, watching for traffic.
Absolutely.
But you can also see something about traffic on the screens, can't you?
That's true. The ADS-B gives you traffic, as complete a picture of the traffic as you'll ever get, because it's taking it from several sources, not just the transponder of another airplane.
And not just my old eyes either.
Well, that's true.
It's
That's
still
true.
important to look outside. Can't just look at the instruments, folks, but
Well, our airspace is very complicated these days.
it is.
and
It's
nice.
especially around hubs, of course. That's
Yes.
where it gets busy. Middle of the country somewhere, flying along XC, you might not have much traffic, but when you get to the airport, there's going to be stuff. In my experience
And
with air
actually in
screens,
the
I
middle of
usually see it on the screen before I see it out the window.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I get independent verification then of my own eye.
I've actually been on the ground and saw traffic 35 miles away on the screen. So yeah,
Pretty
you know
cool.
you're not going to see 15 miles away.
And that service is free. Well, you have to pay something to have the equipment in, although it's not particularly expensive.
No, it's
We
not.
once thought ADS-B was going to be so expensive, $20,000 per airplane and numbers like that. It's dramatically less than that. Depends on the actual airplane. But
Yeah,
in the
thanks to
range
the-
of $1,000 or so.
Yeah, thanks to the certification process with the light sport, we don't have to get real heavy and expensive in the certification process, and this stuff really comes in quickly and at a good cost.
Okay, so new engine, new stuff in the panel, ADS-B, some cool things. If somebody says, wow, I'm impressed, sign me up, how soon could they get that, Art?
The airplanes, if they take delivery today, we'll put the order in tomorrow morning, and you will have your airplane delivered in 90 days.
90 days,
Complete.
okay, great. Evektor is a company that's been around for many, many years, 60-some years, is that about right?
Yeah, that's about right.
And has a range of airplanes. They're based in a part of the Czech Republic that's very aviation aware, a lot of good talent there as well. And so here's a company that you can rely on in a trustworthy airplane that now comes with all the right equipment.
Yeah. In other countries in the world, 40 odd countries in the world, these airplanes are certified airplanes, and they'll fly them with constant speed props and so forth. So they've got a lot of engineering maturity in these airplanes.
Excellent stuff. That's a lot of great information, Art. Thanks so much. Give us a web address that we'll put up on the screen to where people can get even more information and then reach out to you and to Steve.
Okay, well, you can get the information about my company at www.avflight.com.
And how about Steve's company?
Steve Minnick is www.midwestsportaviation.com.
And Evektor?
And Evektor is www.evektor-aircraft.com.
Okay, great. We'll put them all up on the screen, and you can get more information about the Evektors, several of their models, videos, and information about lots of different aircraft in the light aircraft space on bydanjohnson.com or bydanjohnson.com. Thanks a lot for joining Art Tarola and me here at Sun & Fun.